Before a genetic vehicle, and more specifically, the alpha state within that genetic vehicle, the consciousness of the individual, is connected to source. There are veils of amnesia, veils of illusion, and there are 7 veils of this amnesia, this illusion, that one must transcend and journey through and resolve, transcend, to go beyond, to consider and have it resolved within one's own awareness and consciousness within your genetic vehicle. And beyond the 7 veils of amnesia, of illusion, if you will, there are 3 separations to consider before one connects with ultimate source, with divinity, with intelligent infinity. There is Ein, which is light, Ein Sof, without limit, and Ein Sof Or, limitless light. Before these emanations of source consciousness step down from direct source connection that must be journeyed through. First is nothing, or the absence of things, Ein, which does not and cannot mean negatively existing, if such an idea can be said to mean anything. Second is without limit, Ein Sof, infinite space. This is the primal dualism of infinity, the infinitely small and the infinitely great. And the clash of these produces a finite positive idea, which happens to be light, R. R is most important. The word light, the understanding of light, is most important. It symbolizes the universe immediately after chaos. But to get to that connection, there are 7 veils, 7 illusions that we must contend with that are part of this existence. The veils of amnesia, also called the veils of illusion. And if you buy into illusions, it will be much harder. But when we incarnate here and believe in this 3D reality, that this illusion that we are buying into is reality, then we have done ourselves a great disservice, because in truth it is not. This reality is not. The 7 veils of illusion and amnesia are as follows. The 7th veil, this veil is the furthest away from our third eye, from our pineal gland, and it shields the rest, this 7th veil. Its color is red. As the soul awakens and we realize that we are responsible for everything in our life, thus the divine law of responsibility is enacted and must be contended with. It means taking responsibility for every single action we take or non-action. As we finally take responsibility, we grow in self-mastery of our life and actions and stand in our power. As this happens, the veil will be automatically removed, transcended, if you will. Our spiritual journey on earth and our true awakening has now started once this 7th veil has been pierced. We start seeing and living life from a much higher perspective. We choose how to live our lives and take responsibility for our choices. And know that in truth it can transform anything we so desire. The 6th veil of illusion, of amnesia, is when we step past the illusion of the physical body, this genetic vehicle, and that it is the be-all and end-all of our existence here on this planet Earth. This genetic vehicle is an illusion, and when we tune into the spiritual body, we start realizing in our etheric body that other forms of existence, parallel existences, other dimensions, so much which is invisible to the human eye, but just as real, exist, and that there are other worlds and vibratory beings interwoven with our existence. The yellow veil dissolves fully when we believe in and trust the spiritual beings, from elementals to angels and beyond, to assist us. We start interacting with them and pass our initiations as we totally hand ourselves over to the higher realms and the journey. So assist each other in this journey when we invite them and recognize them. The fifth veil of amnesia, of illusion, is the pink veil of love. It is the emotional ascension veil, and it is the most challenging to undertake, my dear and esteemed viewer. It requires complete detachment from ego, all ego. We start losing everything we ever held dear. And as all literally dissolves in and around us, we totally surrender our heart, our life, our energy, our being, our totality of consciousness. We totally surrender our ego to our spirit higher self, and we realize that it is illusion, separation. This is where the divine law of forgiveness and grace becomes operational. We are given the opportunity to totally forgive ourselves and others, so that we hold unconditional love in our heart center for ourselves and everyone, especially those who challenged us the most, who harmed us the most. We realize that we are all one. We thank the souls involved in hurting us and forgive them totally and move into the highest state of loving grace, where we have tears of gratitude running down our cheeks. We are grateful of the outcome and can bless the soul wholeheartedly. In this way, and the outcome is all ascending into a much, much higher vibratory level when we bless it in this manner, in this fashion. There is no judgment, no fear, no finger pointing left in our energies, no separation. There is only total and pure unconditional love. As the heart and soul opens to ever greater levels of love and being loved unconditionally, the fourth veil of amnesia, of the illusion, when we start to understand who animals are and that they have a soul just like we have. This blue veil starts lifting. Each animal is on its own soul journey and have their own individual soul mission and purpose to fulfill on this planet. So take care of the animal kingdom. When we are open to and have a great love for nature and the elemental kingdom, my dear and esteemed viewer, when we start to work with the animals, when we start to work with nature and the elementals on a psychic and physical level, we transcend duality and separation. We honor the soul within them and realize that we are all one within creation. This is when we start communicating with them telepathically. And I just communicated with a canine just a couple of days ago. A dog had communication telepathically with him. His owner, I see this mostly with young people and the way they treat their animals, particularly dogs. They have no regard for the dog's sensitivity. And it's like this dog was not at all comfortable with where its owner was pretty much demanding that it relieve itself. And you could tell this dog was very sensitive, and it was uncomfortable with being surrounded by so many people on a street and on a busy downtown Austin, Texas City street. This animal was, the messages it was sending me was, please help me. But I was on my mission at that time. But when we start communicating the animal messages, I should have, next time I'll probably stop and say something. But this younger generation, I don't know. They're very always in their smartphones, so I don't know. They may call 911 if another citizen tries to offer them some advice. This woke virus is horrible. But when we start communicating the animal messages to other people, so that they may start to understand and grow spiritually and at soul level as the law of one dictates, and how they are ready for this. The law of one unity consciousness operates. We make others aware of the roles that animals and that nature and the elementals play in the greater scheme of things, universal scheme of life, and all of divine creation. Animals such as elephants, my dear and esteemed viewer, dolphins and whales, lions, horses, dogs, cats, etc., possums, raccoons, squirrels, can truly teach us unconditional love and wisdom when we are open to this. When we are open to this in ways which opens the heart and soul to ever greater understanding and experiencing of pure, unconditional love and a deep wisdom which surpasses all understanding. For they have unique role to fulfill, the animal kingdom, the elementals, and the divine created them for a specific task. So there we have, I've outlined 4 veils that you must contend with and transcend to reach ultimate infinite intelligence, the connection to source. If you'd like to be aware of the other veils, please hit that subscribe button, leave this video a thumbs up, and stay tuned as the Umbanda New Earth Ashram for Compassion and Strength will continue the information dissemination of the divine gnosis.
Namaste. Namaskaram.